I'm now going to create a new scenario in the model. So I'll just open up the model and then I'll create a new scenario to show you how to do this. So on the left-hand side of your screen, you should be able to see manage scenarios underneath the current scenario. So if you click on that, and then if you click on add scenario, so we're going to create a scenario that reduces theatre productivity, just to show you how it works. So if I call that reduce theatre productivity, and then if I save and close that, I now have a new scenario at this on the left-hand side called reduce theatre productivity. In order to use that, in order to change any of the variables, I need to click on it. So the first thing I do is click on it. This one is in green, so you'll see all the numbers in here change to green. The scenario is based on the base case, so it's not based on either of the other scenarios. It uses all the values from the base case. And as you can see, the variable around theatre productivity that we changed earlier is still in there. So what I'm going to do is change these values to much lower values to show you what would happen if you constrained activity. So at week 78, I'm going to move that to 50% of productivity, and then I'm going to move that further down to 30% week 90. So as you can see in the chart below, there's now a blue line which is the base case productivity, and there's a green line which shows what we've just changed here for the scenario. And if you look in the each of the charts for each of the different values, you'll see the same. So if I click on the next one along, which is this max patients, you'll see there's a blue line which shows the original base case, and there's the maximum amount of patients per theatre per week. The green line is much lower. So if I then go back to the waiting list, what this then shows me is the impact that has on the waiting list. So I can see that in the original scenario, by the end of the time period, it's about 12,000 people on the waiting list. Whereas now in this new scenario where we've got much more constrained theatre capacity, we're now up to nearer 14,000 people on the waiting list. So it shows you quite easily what's happened with that scenario. And in each of the boxes, you'll have green and blue lines. Nothing else in this has changed from the base case. So everything else is the same. It's just the variables you change in here. And again, if you click on any of the other scenarios, you can see that this one's in blue, so it's not as easy to see, but you can see that in the chart for the waiting list, there's two blue lines. You can see the first one at the top is the base case, and the one below that is the scenario. And again, if you click on the initial capacity constraints, you can see it as well there, that there is a blue line for the base case and then a much higher red line for the scenario. The other things you can do with scenarios, so once you've built them, if you click on any of them, it will take you to that scenario. If you click on the little I symbol next to the name, that will show you the scenarios in whichever one you've got open, so you can see all the lines together in the chart here. And if you click back off it, they will move. If you click in manage scenarios, you can change the color by clicking on the color coding. So you can change that to purple, leave it at green. We might want to change the blue one above to purple to make it easier to see. So we can do that. And we can also delete the scenario if we want to, which I've just done. So now you can save and close that, and it will show you the scenarios that we had originally in the base case. As we can see, the blue one has changed to purple. So that's the final part that we're going to show you through these videos. Thank you.